So if you're like me, you have some books that maybe your 1-year-old, I got a 1-year-old daughter, rips pages out of. So I've been repairing this some, thought I'd do a video. So I've been doing a few repairs here. I'll just kind of show you here some of the repairs that I did here. These pages are all ripped up. I saved the hardest one for last. And so what you need is, you need obviously a book with pieces that got torn out. You need some super clear tape. There's just some perfectly clear masking tape. This is just a simple, cheap way to fix it. I'm sure there's a fancier way, but some nice see-through tape like that. And maybe a little pocket knife, some scissors, something, just do some fine trimming. And then you need something like an old credit card. These are really flexible Home Depot cards, which work perfect to get down in the seam, okay? So we're gonna start with the, there's two pieces here. One's on the outside. That one's fairly easy, straightforward. Hope this turns out good. This is the hardest one I've done. The hard part, of course, is getting the tape right inside the seam there, okay? And of course, we're not talking about the book binding, just talking about pages that toddlers or 1-year-olds rip out. So first of all, we're gonna see which way this page goes. This page lines up like this. And you also want to look for that little white edge. That means the other piece comes on top of this. You flip it over here, you don't see that white. Easier, of course, with the graphic, you don't see that white part. So that means the white part goes on the bottom, right there on that edge. Okay. So this is good to go here, and this is the top piece. That's the white edge, and nope, I have it backwards. This is the bottom piece. I gotta go here and make sure this top piece is all nice and flat. Nothing's curved back. So I'm gonna push this page over here. Do that. Okay, I'm gonna line that up. Now I already have a piece pre-cut here. I'm just gonna get a little piece just as a placeholder. Of course, it's just a pocket knife, multi-tool scissors, and it'll work. So now you're gonna line this up. Again, you're gonna notice here there's a little white section right there. So you always want to cover up the white. So this one is the top piece. That white section in there goes on top. And so I'm gonna line that up as good as I can right there. I can't get the tape off. Come on. Hopefully that was good. Okay, and here is the tricky part. It's not getting inside that seam. Okay, so I'm gonna widen it up. Oh goodness, that's right down to the spine. No, I'm gonna have to do this the fancy way. Okay, so now I'm gonna see how long am I gonna be in that seam. I'm gonna be about that far in the seam. I'm gonna save this piece for later. Got a longer piece there for the seam. Here's the tricky part where these things come in. Home Depot card, $156 refund I got. Okay, so I'm gonna do here, so I'm gonna put this on like that. Okay, nice and straight. Now what I'm gonna do, this tape is our sticky parts down here. Watch this. I take this, I'm gonna put that on there like that. I'm gonna fold this. So now the sticky part of the tape is facing down. Okay? So the sticky part is there, and I didn't quite put on the end. I'm gonna do this again. Okay, I'm gonna put one of these here on the end so I know where the thing ends. Okay, so there we go. So the tape is lined up to the very end right there, and sticky side down. It's actually stuck on the cards. Okay, and now I'm going to put this right down there on the seam. Okay, let me see here. Okay, I'm going to do this. It's going to be a little bit easier. So which side right there? I'm going to line that up. No. Okay. Oh, see that tape got a little bit stuck there. It was not pressed in on the page yet. Oh. Okay, so that's there. I'm going to push this in or as deep as I can get. Okay, I take the second card, that tape is right in there. I can't, I should have the tripod. I'm gonna show you here. You can see the tape is right in there. Okay. Now, I'm gonna take this side, is gonna go on the shiny side of the tape, not the sticky side. I'm gonna spread that sticky side that way. So now the tape is stuck on this, okay? And this card has the other sticky side. Okay, so now I want this paper to go in there as far as it can, this torn page, okay? And then now I'm gonna try and do, okay, so it's a little bit, I know what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use this one here again. It's pulling the tape out. Of course, before I started the camera, it seemed to be a lot easier. It's always hard when the camera's on. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can do this. I'm using the card here to keep the okay, so there we go. Okay, so that tape is now up. Okay, now I have to keep this tape here separate. Okay, so I'm gonna try and, oh, I keep the page there. I'm gonna put this page in here all the way down. What I'm gonna try and shove this tape all the way down. And now, let's see, get this seam right. Yes, I did. So now I'm gonna go, okay, didn't quite get as good as I wanted, but I think that's good enough for government work anyhow. I'm gonna save that little piece there. I don't know if I need it later. Put it over there. And now you want to go kind of about as far as you can. Oh, without curling anything. See here? Not too bad. Okay, yeah, so you want to hold this page here flat. I have a little bit of a bubble there. I'm just going to have to fudge that a little bit. So I'm going to use this kind of like a little, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to cut that. There, don't want any extra complexity. Okay, so I got my credit card thing. There's a little spatula here. I learned this from doing vinyl walls. Use credit cards like a spatula. Push that on. There's have a little section there. In fact, this piece of tape here is going to work perfectly. This tape I was saving. And now I'm going to push this page over. Try and put that, no. I'm putting the shiny side in so it won't stick to this page. There you go. That's not too bad. I wouldn't call this one perfect, but it's pretty good. Now, obviously here you see this big white section here, right? Put the card behind it. Big white section there, so we're gonna put this page obviously on top of that. So yeah, so this page here does not have any white along this edge here. And this side here has white from the top all the way around, because sometimes it flips, right? Sometimes it'll have a white section here, that's the bottom. But then over here, this side will have the white section here, so then you have to go like top, bottom. You have to do it like this. This one isn't, so that'll be pretty easy. So this should be much more straightforward. The seam there is the hard part. Okay, what I'm gonna do here, I want you to go around the edge. So let's just line this up. Wouldn't hurt to have a second hand here. Let's move that back. And there we got some words right there. That helps. A little O. Or finds out, yeah. Okay, so right there. Put that there. No, that's not going to stick to anything. That tab, I'm going to get that later once I get the bottom here picked out. Okay. Now right there, I'm just going to follow that seam the whole way down. And make sure this part's on top. Just enough to cover up the white. There we go. Okay, so I won't worry about pushing that tab over until later. So I don't want to go too long a section. The longer the section is, I mean, it looks nicer when you're done, but it's a lot fussier in the meantime. So especially here I have words. Those are pretty easy to follow. And my clear tape is obviously see-through. You can do matte if you want. I like the clear tape better. So that one ends right there. Try and, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to use this card. It's a little bit. You don't have to press on the card super. And where's my words? Their words are lined up pretty good. So there we go, right there. Get a nice seal. Then take my card. And then you always go from the part that is glued to the part that isn't glued, because obviously if it's glued on two sides, work from the outside in, you'll make a big bubble in the middle. So you don't just go randomly. So this side's already stuck on, you just slide over that way. Okay, work the bubbles out. Little plastic card like this, credit card also works, driver's license, whatever you want to use, and kind of get the bubbles out that way. Use your fingernail, not rocket science. Yeah, my church, I've helped install these giant art walls, we call them, and they're like 10-foot high, basically wallpaper stickers. Let's see, there's a little bit of a bubble, so that's going to be a little more exciting. So let's see if we can. There's always a little bit of flex in these materials. Let's see if I can get this one here correct. Like I said, this page won't be perfect. We're just trying to get it good enough. Okay, so a little bit of a wrinkle there. We're just gonna have to deal with that. And I'm sure someone out there does a much better job. This is just trying to get your kid's picture book prepared somewhat respectably, so it still works for bedtime stories. There we go. Okay, so then what I'm gonna do now is this was a very difficult repair. Worst one I've had today yet. Put this page over here. Now sometimes it's a pretty clean rip. I'm not sure you have to do it in the middle here. But if you look here, see that white there, because there's that big white area. So this is gonna pull back. So I have to tape both sides on here. Like this was very chunky because you had the weird groove here, and then you had the tear here. So this has been the hardest one I've done so far. I'm going to use a card. Just don't stick it to the card hard. Just kind of rest it on there. That gives you a nice straight edge. Just make sure it's straight though, because you have bubbles on your tape. Just a gentle nudge there. Okay. Let's line this thing up from there down to there, okay. Okay, careful. So now I'm just gonna put that tape, running my thumb along one side of the tape, not the whole thing. Then I'm going to move over. And there we go. I guess I got a little bit of my permanent marker there. Oops. Well, blends in with the grass pretty good. So right there, that was the part that had the big white edge. Oops, don't do that. Okay, so now I have that one. I'm going to put that down. And again, once you've done one side, the other side's a lot easier. You're just basically trying to prevent further damage. Because that little edge that you saw white, whereas like half the paper is on one piece and half the graphics on the other, that will, you know, it'll make a little flap that's gonna be really easy to grab and damage further. Okay, now I'm gonna see if I can do a better sample here. If I did the other side. So right here again, this one has not been taped. No, I'm gonna use my placeholder, some duct tape. What'd you do without duct tape, man? Uh-oh, gotta get that. That one in there really nice, okay. See right there, that kind of got hard in the corner. Okay, now let me see. Okay, oh, this is a big piece. So I'm gonna measure out approximately where it goes. And let me see here. No, last time we did that. We're not gonna do that this time. Okay, so I'm gonna put the tape right up here on the edge so I kind of know where it starts. I'll make sure it's nice and straight. No. Okay, that's just what I did last time. I didn't go 2 cards thick. Sorry, I hope I wasn't out of range there. It's always a little bit harder when you're doing a camera angle. You gotta think about your camera angle and doing a good job. All right, so there we go. So now I have this, there, can I see the way the tape is there? And the tape's a nice straight line. Shouldn't be pressed down on the cards too hard. Hopefully I remember that. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna bend this back in half. Okay, so there, so I took that tape, get some reflection on it. Okay, I'm bending it back like this. Okay, can you, there, I don't know if you can kind of try to get some reflection. There, you see how it's bent back on the reflection? So then it's kind of like a nice little V. I'll try and push that into that crevice there. There we go. Okay, so now that tape is right in the crevice. I push it down with the gift cards. I'm gonna stick that. Okay, so that sticky side is on the tour page here, quite good. What I'm gonna do is it's, so the tape is stuck from here all the way down to there. I'm gonna take off the easier gift card. Oh, that's my alarm. Time for bed. Okay, and then okay, well, hopefully I did a better job this time. Okay, now here's the hard part. So I'm holding the tape up like I'm off keeping the tape off of this page here because I gotta push it down to that crevasse to have a properly functioning page. Okay, so there, I'm pretty low. I'm just gonna, there, good. Okay, so you don't stick the tape. The tape's already stuck on this page. You don't stick it on this page until you get this credit card right down, sorry, this gift card down at the bottom. The gift card's right in the bottom, and then you kind of smear it up. Okay, put the card right in the bottom, and then you smear it up. So now that that tape is right down in there, as far as I could. It's not quite perfect, but it's about as good as I can do. See how the page turns? Good, so it still works for bedtime stories. You know, flipping through your pages. There's all your normal pages coming up. I mean, it's gonna be a little bit stiffer. This is the page your 1-year-old destroyed and you brought it back. A little bit of wrinkles here. If I wasn't videoing it, it'd come out better. And boom. Let's do one more here. I have one more save. This is where I actually started before I decided to do some video. And let me see here. Yeah, so there's tape along here. I already did that one. That one's like perfect because of course I wasn't doing a video. And this tape from here down to here, and there it stops. So now I'm going to tape this section here. This is the page was completely ripped out. This page was completely out of the book. No tears in the middle. It was just, yeah, just completely missing. So yeah, so this side here is already all taped up. And this page here is fine. Okay, so it's this page. So I'm gonna, maybe I'll just leave it the way it was. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so I'm not gonna do the two-sided thing. Oh, then that worked very good. Chris could tape the one side long that way. Okay, so I'm just gonna take the tape now and measure about there's where the tape ends and go up to the edge here. Okay, so now, move that book out of the way. I'm gonna put these cards side by side. And here I'm just gonna okay, this is nice and straight. If it's not straight, it won't work. Yeah. So obviously the frustrating part is when you're recording it, it seems a lot harder to do a good job, but we're gonna get her done. I'm gonna put this tape on my side. Nope, duct tape. Solves all the world's problems. Wrong side for you guys. Okay. There. Yeah, my multi-tool, between my multi-tool and my duct tape, I can fix 90% of broke things, it seems. All right, so there we go. Of course, this card here moved out of the way. Okay, so that's nice and straight. Now the end of this is a little crooked. So I'm just gonna kind of gentle put that on. Of course, you're not pressing super hard on any of this, right? Because you just want it to be temporarily stuck to the cards. Okay, now we're back over here. Sorry if I'm talking quietly, my kids are in bed, including the one who wrecked this book. Oh, okay, so sticky side is over here. Yeah, that's fine, this is the page that's broke or ripped out. So now I'm gonna pull, I showed you guys earlier, I'm gonna pull the plastic back so it makes a really sharp V, kind of like an arrowhead, you know. Okay, so there we go, that's pulled back pretty sharp. And then I'm gonna try and push this credit card down as far as I can. Or gift card, okay. So gift card is right down the crevice, way further than you could get with your finger. And now, I'm gonna, okay, the sticky side is over on that. This is the shorter side. I'm gonna remove this gift card first. Seems like a better idea to me. I'm actually gonna see if I can push that down in there. You just get a little bit, okay, so that started there. And then now, actually, I'm gonna do this. I'm pushing the tape down with one gift card, pull the other one off, and now I still got that little bit of a V there. Try and get under it. Okay, so see there, the gift card, I'm pushing the tape right down into the V, and then I'm gonna spatula up, like putting butter on toast. There we go. Let me see, I just wanted to pull up here. I'm gonna do a little repair there too. Maybe not how long the video is. Goodness, 24 minutes? That's too long. Well, you'll have to just quit a little bit earlier, I guess. In case you actually are here still, you must really want to be focusing on this task, or you're just really bored and you're trying to go to sleep. Either way, it's all good. Okay, so right here, taking the tape, bringing it back, and this one here. I don't like that job. That got wrinkly right away. Okay, so that went halfway. There's kind of some tears there. Oh, why is that so? That looks straight here. Why is it so messy? It's an interesting story of Eglon. And what's this guy's name again? Ehud. Left-handed guy has a knife on this side, stabs the king so bad the knife goes into his belly. That's a more violent story. Of course, my boys probably like, that's how boys are. They like all the violent Bible stories. Okay, now this side here got stuck too soon, so I'm going to pull that sticky side back, slide this under, and try to push that down as far as I can into the groove, and smear it back. There. Just seemed to be a little bit weak there. So yeah, hopefully if you have a book that some of your kids have messed with, ripped any pages out, hopefully that'll help you fix your book.